I like this brother Ira back at you once again, another lesson. And I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone. And I just like to bring out some, some scriptures, some things that, that been coming out about this dream that one of the brothers had about certain brothers didn't make it. And this lesson is gonna be about faith, man, and making your calling and election sure, and we're gonna get to some scriptures on that, and then hit a little touch on some prophecy as well too. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. So the book of 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10. Wherefore, rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do this, things ye shall never fall. So the Lord said, give diligence, man. We got to do our videos, go out to the highways and byways, show charity amongst the brethren. We got to, discipline our spirit, man. And make sure our flesh don't take over, man. Because, these things will make you trip and do things sinfully. You may commit adultery. You may go back to smoking cigarettes or weed or, certain things that'll make you fall out the truth. And, you don't want to do that, man, because the Lord see that, and then you continue to not correct yourself and repent, when it's time for, the Lord do the saving. Some brothers might not make it, man, because they was never sincere in the heart, So you got to put forth that, And for some, so an entrance shall be minister unto you abundantly into everlasting kingdom of the Lord and the Savior Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So you want to enter that interest in that kingdom, man. You want to say, my faithful, well done, my faithful servant, well done. And, he put that crown in your head, into the king of life. You want to hear the Lord say that. You don't want to be that guy to be like, I never knew you. I don't want that to sound, man, be for me, because of that brother's, dream you had, man, that spooked me out. Let's go into it, just watch it for a minute. Let's get that video. Hold on. That was a powerful, powerful dream that the brother had, Let's get that. Let's get that. That dream scared me, man. That put a fire under me. Here we go.
Shall come in his glory and all the...
Let's go back.
But clean and perfect, and I was like, damn. And then the grass, the grass was like cut to perfection, like the color green, but it was like enriched green and cut to perfection. There was no other colors, like no leaves on top of nothing. It was just like green grass cut to perfection, right? And it was huge space, and then there was a pathway that walks to the stairs that leads you to the building, right? So that the whole pathway was paved with gold, like straight gold, like you're walking on gold to walk up the stairs of gold to enter into a golden building, So as we're walking, but before we got there, it was like we're walking towards the waiting area. It's kind of like another waiting area, which was the grass area, right? The lawn, right? And as we're walking there, we're walking through like a marsh area. It looked like mud, like it was muddy on the right side and on the left side, and then there was like a plank that was in the middle. But the plank was positioned in such a way that you had to step on it in a certain way. If not, you're gonna fall into the mud, So we were just kind of walking. We had our bag, and then we kind of like jump here, and then we stop here, and then we hop here, And I was like, damn, man, this shit crazy, bro. Look. And so I turned back and I looked, and I was like, damn, look at the back, like the world that we just walked through from. It looked like a mess. It was like no life in it. It was dark. It was like gloomy. It was cold. And then we're walking towards this mansion that's made out of gold, and it's like life, vibrant. And I was just like excited, you know? So I kept asking him Al Gabar, I was like, yo, so how you think it's gonna be like? He's like, man, bro, I don't even know, man. I'm kind of nervous. I was like, yo, bro, but what you think is going? He's like, yo, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Let's keep walking, you know. So we kept walking, and then we got to the front. Right now, when we got to the lawn, the edge of the lawn, Al Gabar was in front of me. I was in the middle. My brother was behind me, and I believe the Elder Tazim was already passed. He had already crossed already. He was already on the lawn waiting, right, with a whole bunch of brothers, mad brothers, just waiting on the other side. And then when we got there, on the left side, on our left side, you had the first person that was standing there was Elder Apostle Tahar. He was standing there, followed by Elder Apostle Gabar, and then Elder Apostle Rhymelog. Those are the first three that I remember. And you had to salute those three men. And if you got the approval of all three men, then you could stand on the grass to be waiting for your name to be called, so you could go inside. You know, hey, relax. You know, so brothers was going up. You know, they salute the elders, the apostles. You know, and then if you get approved, you stand on the right side and you wait. You know, so I saw Al Gabar go up first, and then when he went up there, Elder Apostle Tahar, he was wearing all white. All three of them were wearing all white, right? And it was white, but it was like just power, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like pure white, and it had gold, like the chest, like the arm, the shoulder, all the way around here was gold, right? It was like straight gold. You could see it hanging like gold, you know. And then their I guess the girdle, if you want to call it that, was also made out of gold, you know. And it goes all the way down to their feet, and it was just pure gold, you know. And it was all white, you know. And all three of them were wearing the white. So we got there, and Al Gabar gets there first, and then he bowed his head, and then he put his hand out, and Apostle Tahar held his hand, and he gave him a slow kiss on his hand, right? He gave him the salute, and then he kissed his hand, he closed his eyes, he blessed him, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakatah. And then it was just so, like, the way it was done, I looked at it, I was like, damn, look, yo, he got mad love, look how slow yo, damn. You know, so I was like, yo, I can't wait to get there so I can make fun of him, like, damn, you got mad love, bro. You know? So when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, damn, that brother got mad love. Yeah, you know, it's just like, you know, kind of thing. So then it was my turn. I got nervous, you know, so I got there, you know, I put my head down, I saluted Apostle R. He shook my hand, he kissed my hand, and I said, hey, Yahweh Shemel Shah Brakatah, you know. And then I moved to Apostle Gabar, and then as soon as he saw me, he goes, hey, there you are, brother, I knew you were gonna make it. And he kept saying that. He was like, I'm so happy to see you, man. I was waiting for you. I was like, where's the brother, you know. And I was like, he's like, where your brother at? I was like, oh, he's in the back. He's like, oh yeah, God, hey, how about Shemel Shah Brakatah, you know? And then I say, hey, how about Shemel Shah Brakatah? And then I went to Elder Apostle Rhymelog, and then he shook my hand. He gave me the same handshake, how about Shemel Shah Brakatah? And then he gave me a hug. So I hugged him back, and then he said, hey, good to see you, brother. I'm glad you guys made it. Dawadi Yahweh Shemel Shah. So we hugged each other. And then I was like, okay, now we're good. You know, we got the approval of all three. So now we're good. You know, so I came in and stood next to Al Gabar, and we were just standing there. And I kind of hit him on the shoulder. I was like, yo, bro, like, what you think is in there? Like, you know, like, we're here, you know? So then my brother came, same thing. He got the same love. I said, yo, damn, bro, y'all too. Yo, what's up? You know, just kind of clowning with them, you know? And it was like a spirit of just waiting, you know? So like a few minutes after that, as we were standing there, I saw some brothers who are in GMS now, but their faces in the dream didn't have faces of brothers in GMS. But the whole group of us, we were all in GMS, you know? So I was like, damn, like, and I saw brothers who were trying to make a case, you know, they were opening up scriptures, like running around, like, and then the apostles were just standing there very like stern, just standing there, no emotions, nothing, just standing there quietly, like, what are you trying to prove to us? Like, we can't save you. We're just approving the men that the Lord has already approved. So you coming up here, if you're not approved, you can't get here, you know? And, oh, and then we also had garments, right? As soon as you got approved and you were on the other side, on the right side, you got your white robes, your garments, right? So we were standing there, and the brothers who didn't have garments, they were kind of like walking around, like trying to prove a point, like going through the scriptures, like, oh, yo, but what about this? Like, I did this. Well, you don't remember I was with you? Like, yo, they were kind of like trying to pitch a case, you know? And bros were just standing there like, damn, that's crazy. Like, wow. And they look worldly. You know, they had regular pants on, you know, boots. They got regular shirt. You know, they didn't look the part, you know. And they look worldly, you know what I mean? And we were just kind of standing there like, damn, that's crazy. Like, yo. And they didn't have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai on them. You know, it's kind of like lay low under the radar, you know, until you kind of get to the end. But you got to the end, but guess what? You weren't approved. You know what I'm saying? So they were trying to pitch a case. Like, it was mad bros. Like, it was like they were going insane. You know, like pissed off, crying, like, yo, what about this? Like, look, I got this, yo, I got a precept right here. Like, it's like last minute trying to pitch a case, you know, but it wasn't working, you know? And then it's like we were just standing there waiting, and then we had the spirit of like there's preparations being done inside that building. Like, we could feel it, you know. We didn't go inside yet, but we could feel it. Like, we knew who was in there. You know, I guess in the dream we kind of knew that, oh, that's Yahushua. We gonna meet Yahushua. You know, but in the dream it was like preparation being done inside. It was like heavy things are being moved. And it was more like the spirit that we felt was more like Yahushua is excited to see us. Like, it's like, yo, get the stuff ready for my brothers to come in. That type of energy, you know. But it was mad of us. The whole lawn was packed with brothers, mad of us. And then the apostles were on the other side. And then when they approve you, you go to this side, the right side, and then, you know, you wait till you get called, and then you walk up in there, you know. And then at the end, after that, I woke up, you know. So, you know, it's like, damn, it's like when I spoke to the elder, you know, he was like, hey, just put it out there, because that could mean many things, right? Like, you know, it could mean that certain brothers who might not be on fire or might not be pushing their weight as the spirit is supposed to give them to do, they're not doing it. They might not make it, you know. And that's let me see if I can get that real quick. And it's a scary thing, because knowing that you made it and then seeing other men that you were laboring with who didn't make it, it shows a lot, because it's like, damn, like, you walked all, because they all walked with us. You know, they were walking through the mud and the planks and everything. And as soon as they got to the front where the apostles were there, you had to get all approval.
Yeah, I'm going to give a testimony real quick, you know, because I remember 2 years ago, I had a dream, and I'm not part of GMS, but it's crazy that I had a dream, something somewhat similar to that. I had a dream about Apostle Tahar was in the gym room, and you know, and it was like all the GMS member was in the gym room, and we was sitting on the bleachers, and he was like a coach. He looked like a coach. He had like coach attire on, and like a whistle, and and it was like he was getting on brothers. He had all brothers lined up, and it was like in the dream I wasn't really a part of, you know, not part of the camp or whatever, but I was just there because I was with some other brothers that was with them, and he seemed like he was just getting on brothers for not doing videos and not doing the work, man. And it seemed like in the dream, like he was just cutting brothers off, like, you know, getting on brothers like, we got videos, y'all not putting no videos, none of you brothers got videos. And I was standing on the side, like, watching. And I came up to him, I said, I got videos, you can see. So, and he like kind of looked at my, you know, video and like kind of set me aside, like, hey, you know, you good. And this, you know, this brother's not really part of GMS. He's got videos, he got work, and he's not part of us. Y'all brothers not got no videos. He was like mad and cussing out brothers, and, you know, and it was like in the dream, you know, and the dream just kept going, then it switched on to something else. And I woke up and I was like, you know, I didn't understand that dream, but it was like, hey man, I said, what I'm not part of GMS. I mean, what you know, what I was doing there, you know, but in the dream, he was seeming like he was just cussing brothers out, not doing no videos. He was just like, he was cutting people off from the team, and he was giving out, you know, brothers better stop doing the work. You know how a coach do, prepping up the basketball team to play, to play the game, like, you know, getting on them, and y'all got to do this, y'all got to do that. And he had on like, you know, like a coach attire, like sweatsuits on. You know, he had a sweatsuit on with a whistle, and it was like we was, you know, in the gym room, you know, and he was just getting on brothers for not putting out videos and not doing the work and cutting people off the team. And it's crazy. Another brother that we, you know, a brother that's actually in GMS that we was going out, in highways and byways with another brother, another beloved brother. He had the same exact dream. Like we was in a lot, but he said his dream was like in the locker room. And Apostle Tahar was giving out, getting on brothers and stuff like that, and giving out, speeches for brothers, to prep brothers up, to bring out the videos and stuff like that, something similar to mine, and that's crazy. We had that dream around the same time, and I was like, wow, that's spiritual right there, and that's crazy. And this was like 2 years ago. So like, yeah, man. So yeah, that's a scary dream right there. That's a real scary dream. Right? So 2 Peter chapter 1, 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 11. For so, let's go back. The book of 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore, rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do this thing, ye shall never fail. You shall never fall. So we give our diligence so we'll never go off, because sometimes, when you don't do a lesson or you don't go out like you're supposed to, sometimes the Satan will attack you, man. You'll feel vulnerable, man. If you don't study or do a lesson or whatever, sometimes, or go out the highways and byways. And sometimes when you go out, you do that, you get a charge, man. That gets Satan off of you for a while, man. So sometimes it's best, it's good to go out in highways and byways and do a video, or study to keep Satan away, to keep Satan off you, And yeah, man, that was a real terrifying dream, man. When I seen, it's like yesterday when I seen that, I was scrolling down. And I was watching another video at the same time, and I scrolled and I seen that. I said, some spirit told me just to watch that video. When I seen the title, I said, you know what, let me watch this video. I stopped watching the other video I was in the midst of, and I watched that one. I was like, ooh, yeah, this video. I said, yeah, that video was heavy. Let's get some more scriptures. Because let's get that Bible verse, slothfulness. The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. That's Proverbs 6, verse 6. The book of Proverbs, chapter 6. Let's start at 4. The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 4. Give not sleep to thy eye, nor slumber to thy eyelids, right? Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as the bird from the hand of the follower. So the Lord said, don't give your eyes to sleep, man. Don't sleep on this, man. Don't get don't get lazy, man. Don't look at lapsical, how they said lapsical daisy in this truth, man. And you know what I mean? And he's and deliver thyself, right? We just read it, man. Make your call and election short and deliver thyself. Why? Doing the works, man. So he said, don't sleep. Keep your eyes, keep circumspect, keep doing the work. You know what I mean? And that's not talking about sleep, like don't go to sleep. That means spiritually. Don't get lazy. Don't get caught up in the cares of this world, right? Verse 6, this is what I want. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, right? So the Lord said, go study the ants, man. They continuously work. They work in unison together, man. They get the job done. The Lord said, study them, man. You see how the ants, man. They're insects. They're animals, man. We superior than them. And a lot of times, a lot of us, sometimes we be sluggard, man. We let little small, minute creatures that we superior over outwork us, man. And they don't need no God. They know what to do, right? Because sometimes certain brothers you got to get on them to do the work, and you know what I'm saying, what you shouldn't have to. They should know what you know what I'm saying, they should know what they got to do, man. And because they salvation on the line, man. This is life or death, man. Which have no God, overseer, or ruler. See, they don't have, we have an overseer, that's the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But the ants don't have no God, no overseer over them. Verse 8, provide her meat in the summer and gather her food in the harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? Wilt thou arise out of sleep? So, right? Because he said, when we going to rise out of sleep, man? And this talking about brothers in this truth. Sometimes we get so comfortable and we feel, we just do a minimum and think that's it. But nah, you got, and that's, talking about myself. Sometimes you got to continue the fight, man. You got to continue, man. Like today, man, I put all of my spirit to come home today to do this lesson. I say, now I could have went to sleep or did other things. I said, nah, I got to do this, Verse 10, yet a little sleep and a little slumber, a little folding in the hands to sleep. So shall poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. See? So he said a little sleep and a little slumber. You being poverty, that means if you don't work, you don't eat. You being lazy, you don't want to work, you ain't going to eat. But that's also you basically saying parable, now you ain't going to make the kingdom. If you sleeping, being lazy, and you not putting this truth first, man, you're not going to make it. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to make it. You is not going to make it because you being lapsicadaisy in this truth, and I'm speaking to myself, I'm not just, pointing out to no brother, man. That was fire for me, and just go out to whoever it need to hear it, and let's get some more. Let's go. Right? The book of Judges, chapter 18, verse 9. And they say, arise, that we may go up against them, for we have seen the land, and behold, it is very good. And are ye still be not slothful to go and enter, possess the land? So that's going in time to Judges, man. So, and we was going to war, you know what I'm saying? And we was possessing land, but we talking about in this truth, far as doing this truth, we want to possess the kingdom. We want to get the kingdom, so we got to work. You know what I'm saying? If we want to conquer the world with Yahweh Shah when he returns, yeah, we got to put in that work. We can't be slothful in this truth. So you won't be, because you don't want the Lord to say, you slothful servant, workers iniquity, get from me. I never knew you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be that guy. The book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 5. The desire of a slothful killeth him, for his hands refuses to labor, right? Because you refuse to work and don't want to work, and you know what I'm saying, you kill your own self, man. That's like you really killed yourself, self-sacrifice, man. And the Lord won't forgive you for that. So that's actually going to come out in this truth. You are self-killing yourself if you are being lackadaisy, you being laid back and not putting the effort to trying to, to get the kingdom, man, to trying to win, You are killing yourself. You playing yourself. You doing yourself a disservice going out to camp, and you just go out to camp, but then you don't do nothing else. You calling yourself a disservice as well. The book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 26. His Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sow not, and gather where I have not strode. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. right. Let's get that. Salakia. Hold on. Oh, my bad. The wrong scripture. Ooh. All right, start. All right, 'cause this is what I want to hear. He also had, start up here. After a long time, the Lord of those servants came, the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 19. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. See, so the Lord gave certain servants 5 talents, and they flipped that and gave 5 more talents more. You know, they had fruits, they had works. You know, they double it, they triple. You know, with the Lord's money, with the talents that the Lord gave them. Right, verse 21. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. Well, I will make thee a ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. So now those servants that was faithful, that flipped the Lord's money, now they get to enjoy the kingdom, man. They're gonna get delivered from the destruction, right? Verse 22. He also that had received 2 talents and came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. Verse 23. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou the joy of the Lord. You see, a few things, man, we can enter. You say if you faithful over a few things, you know what I'm saying, and you've been consistent in that little few things the Lord had blessed you with, he said you're gonna get the kingdom, man. So even though you might not have a big talent like the other brothers that got super understanding,
it's 7 o'clock.
Super understanding and break down scriptures and they just got that drive to work, but you've been faithful in a little bit that the Lord gave you, and you was able to multiply that little bit. He said you're gonna enter the kingdom, enter thou into the joy of the Lord. Now you're gonna make it, you're gonna get delivered from the destruction, right? The verse 24. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee, thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathered where thou hast not strawed. Verse 25. And I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there has that is thine. And his Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sow not, and gather where I have not strawed. You see what I'm saying? Verse 27, thou oughtest therefore to have put my money into a stranger, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Take thee for the talent from him, and give it unto him which have 10 talents. And for unto everyone that have shall be given, he shall have abundance. But from him that have not shall be taken away, even that which he have. So the Lord said, man, I gave you 1 talent, and you couldn't do nothing with that talent I give you. You hold it under the ground, man. He said, take that talent and give it to somebody else. So that means he'll remove you, your candlestick, and then you'll go right back into the world, and somebody else will come and take your place and triple that, man. Then you not making it in the kingdom, man. You know? Because you hide your talent that he gave you because you were scared to go out the highways and byways, or scared to make lessons, or scared of whatever, you know? And you knew the Lord is a hard man. That means you don't believe. Your faith, you know what I'm saying? You don't really believe. And then you wasting your time in this truth. Right? Verse 30. Cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Now you got to face them nukes, man. You got to face, you got to face taking that chip. Now you're going to get the chip, because now when all hell breaks loose and, you know, and MOTB come and, you know, food, now you're going to leave in yourself in limbo wondering, man, I should have did this. I should have did enough. Now, you know, you ain't going to have enough oil to, you know, to stand against the fiery darts of Satan, man. You're going to fall victim, because you're going to think, you're going to really doubt yourself. You're going to really be like, the Lord he ain't going to feed me. He going to forsake me because I didn't did enough. And most likely that will probably happen. You will end up just like the brother, you know, those brothers that came to the apostles and be like, yo, I never knew you, man. You know, you can't get in, man, where your works at. I don't, you know, that's the dream that I had. It seemed like when he was in the gym room, he was getting no brothers, he was kicking brothers out. They didn't have no works. That wasn't faithful in this, you know? And let's get, you know, I'm gonna get some more scriptures. Let's see. The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where nothing, neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. So the Lord says, store your riches up with him, man. You want to make that spiritual bank account with the Lord, man, by your works that you do, man. You know? So when the time comes of, you know, of that Jacob's trouble come and famine and all that, the Lord can say, you know what? He been faithful. He'll send an angel to feed you. He'll make things happen for you. But if you don't do that, you're gonna starve out here, man. You're gonna starve out here with famine, and he gonna allow you to get that scissor, and you're gonna get and then next you're gonna get that fire, man, for being slothful in this truth. You know? We at the end, and there's no reason for brothers or nobody to be not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? We should be putting in our talents, man, and flipping it. We should not be holding on our talents and not progressing in it, you know? Let's get some more. That was scary, man. That was real powerful dream right there. Hold on. Hold on. Let's get Ephesians. Let's get Ephesians. Ephesians 5. Wherefore he saith, awake, thou sleepest, and rise from the dead, and Yamashiach Yahushua shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but wise, redeeming the time, because the days of evil. So you got to redeem the time. Every time you have a little leisure time to yourself, study, man, do a video, you know what I'm saying? If you can, if it's spurred on you, even go out to camp throughout the week. Sometimes you ain't got to worry the Saturday to do it. Just, go out when you got that leisure time, that free time, you know? You know? Get some more scriptures. I'm going to end it. What's the next one? In the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 22, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity. And then you got brothers, that treat brothers wrong, making merchants of other brothers, you know what I'm saying? Being demon towards brothers, lying to brothers about the chip, you know what I'm saying? Getting, sitting up there being, teaching them false things, not giving them the direct truth to keep them from, falling to the victim on the MOTB and Jacob's trouble that's coming, not preparing them. So these other camps, man, they work in iniquity, man. And they false prophets, false teachers to these brothers and sisters out here, And then the brothers and sisters that's following them, that's on their behind too, because they not doing diligent to seek out and read for themselves, man. So they're not studying their own self, and they following what they leaders and they pastors in the churches and the camps, you know what I'm saying? So that's on them too, because they was being slothful, man. They wasn't being diligent on their own to make their, calling election sure. Therefore, whosoever heareth this saying, and mind doeth, anyway, Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of the mind and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock, right? Because you want to be that man that heareth this word and do it, be a doer, not just a hearer only, and you want to build your house on a sturdy rock, so nothing can blow you away. So you did enough works to enough. When you go into Jacob's trouble, you're gonna withstand, Satan fiery darts, man. You're gonna have enough faith, enough oil to continue to prosper in the time of trouble, in the hour of temptation. And the rain descended, and the flood came, and the wind blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon the rock. So that wind and that flood talking about our time of Jacob's trouble, when the enemy should come in like a flood. You're gonna be withstand. You're gonna be able to withstand the current, the power of that force or that flood and that wind and that rain. Because you build yourself up on a sturdy rock. You build yourself on Yahushua sincerely. And that's crazy. This scripture right here just brought me back a dream that I just had the other day. I think it was Monday or Sunday, man. I had a dream that my bathroom had flooded. And I was in the bathroom. My bathroom had overflooded, man. It was like a flood, man. And I was able to, And I was still standing in it. You know what I'm saying? Usually you run up out of it. I was still standing in that flood, like, and I was stopping it. You know what I'm saying? I was able to get out and I stopped it. You know, I was able to stop the flood. You know, and I ain't understand that dream at first. But then that later on, I was watching one of the brothers, and I said, "Oh, that was that dream about. It was that flood. That's when the enemy should come in like a flood." And I was able to stand against it. You know what I'm saying? And able to stop it. And now when I thought about it, I said that dream was spiritual. That was the Lord showing me, this was coming, and I'm gonna be able to stand, stand the test of time. I don't want Ratazar. I hope it's, I hope I am, that elect, that servant that stands stiffly for the name. Because that was crazy. I had a dream, was in my house, man. My stepdad came and I was in the bathroom, like in the toilet, and then the toilet overflowed and the water was just overflowing. I was like, oh, it was mad water coming. Then I was able to stop it. You know what I'm saying? I was able to stop the flood and all that. It was spilling all over the floor, but then I was able to clean it all up and get it out the way. It was just like crazy. It didn't flood the whole house up and nothing, And now when I woke up from that dream, I was like, damn, what that dream mean? I was able to escape it. I was like, damn, what that dream meant. You know what I'm saying? But then when I thought about it, scripturally, spiritually, that's that flood is about to, that's the enemy about to come down as a flood. And I'm gonna end it right there. And I like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone, Shalom to the brothers, all praises. It's Brother Ira out, Shalom, and on to the next lesson, Shalom.